Hey, what's up, fam? Boy Darren with Darmac Builders and Brightway Insurance coming to you here. Earlier I was talking about I had to go to my job site, which everything checked out great, which I'm happy about. And I went to another one, it's like everything's underwater. It's that time of the season, I guess, right? They said August showers, whatever they call it. But anyways, listen, let's talk a little bit about business. Let's talk about what do you do when the market changes on you, shifts on you, or whatever. So I can give you a little brief thing that I'm doing as a contractor, as far as how I shift with the market, even though I do new construction as well. But I'm finding out to two people that they want to do renovations, right? So those renovations can be in addition to their home, a complete gut, or add a master suite to their property, or whatever the case may be. And we come in as a design team and we can figure that all out for you. So if you in the real estate part of it, how do you find your buyers and your sellers and things like that? So I'm gonna give you guys a little tidbit on as far as what I do, and it's just gonna be free game for you. Okay, you're welcome. As far as how I get my business, so one of my sources is I speak with architects, because architects have first dibs at the clients, because the clients come in and say, hey, they want something built, build me this box. And then they're gonna probably ask the architect, can you tell me who can build this box, right? So if I'm in good graces with the architects and I have proven to them that I can bring their box into reality and I do it without conflict, then I'm gonna be that type of person that they will want to recommend to their clients. Now there's no guarantees, but it is kind of like a soft sell where that architect knows that no matter what happens, they're going to be blamed, whether it's my fault or not. So they're going to make sure that they recommend the right people. Another side of that is that architects are more willing to do that, because especially if this is going to be a repeat client, they don't really want the client to go out and find another contractor, because when that client wants to do something else, he or she or they may not want to use the original architect. That contractor may say, hey, come check out my guy or my team, right? So that's one of the things that I do as a builder. I try to build relationships with architects that I'm going to that I want to work with currently and in the future. Structural engineers is another, right? You want to get with structural engineers who does something, because they're similar to architect, where they may do something on a grander scale or a similar scale where they know architects as well. They may say, hey, I'm doing this project with this architect, I'm doing all the structural work, because they know that I do structural. Well, I'm going to Sprouts Farmers Market. I've never been there. I know I get off task, so excuse me. But anyways, and so I build that relationship with them, because with me being a show guy, I have I'm connected to the structural engineer, and we go over drawings, plans, and things like that, and we have conversations, and sometimes I have an input even though I'm not a structural engineer. But I've done this long enough to know that 2 + 2 is 4, and if I am not comfortable with something, to make a phone call so we can get that sorted out. That would be one of my second choices. The other choices is dealing with developers themselves, right? So you see developers out there, they're always looking for contractors and people to build their projects, and that's probably the I won't say the third, but because they may already have their team, but I never assume that they do. I talk to developers, whether I see a new construction site going up, I call the sign, and you'd be surprised. They'd be like, hey, we haven't gotten our team yet, but we're just advertising this project, whether it's banners, anything like that they got going on. And that's a good thing for me, because it puts me in a situation where I can meet new developers and investors and things like that. And then from there, I can introduce my skill sets of what I can do, what I'm good at, what I feel comfortable in doing, and things like that. So those are kind of things that I do to generate business for me as a contractor. And then you just have the referral business, as people know you from your social media or projects you have done for other people that they may recommend you to, things like that. So, but you always are you're always prospecting. I will tell you, you know, continue to prospect. There's not a day that I don't prospect. We're making a phone call, making contacts, having a conversation, you know, dealing with the people that I just told you I deal with. And then there's brokers and there's realtors who I am having conversations with to let them know that, hey, there's a whole new market out there where you can be a realtor that specialize in new construction or development or renovations and things like that, because not everybody wants to move. All right, so how do you be a part of that action, right? So those are the things that I share with you as far as how I do it here at Darmac Builders. So keep watching my videos. Hopefully you learn a thing or two. And if you have any questions, you can always call me. That's not a problem. This is what it is about. You know, information is meant to be shared, in my opinion. And if I can share it with you, I'm going to share it with you. Deuces.